We have a video, it's called Overtaken. This is about drugs. We're trying to aware you guys about all these drugs and what pills can do. These are some of the kids that have died. We have two parents, one of them, her son actually graduated from here. So I just don't want to introduce you guys. We have Miss Jodi Barber and Sylvia Melkonian.
Hi, I'm Jodi Barber. This is Sylvia Melkonian. She lost her gorgeous, beautiful son, who's sitting there on the right of Jared. Jared is in the middle, and Riley Russo is on the left. Mark didn't go to this school, he went to Dana Hills High School, but Jared and Riley and at least 5 other kids that graduated in 2008 died because of one bad choice. That choice was to take prescription pills. It may not have happened to them the first time, but they ended up passing away because of pills. I'm here to tell you firsthand that marijuana is in fact a gateway drug. All these boys on that poster and girls, all the kids in the documentary started off smoking weed. It's important for you to know that. Don't think you're invincible. Don't think it won't happen to you. Smoking pot is a gateway drug. It may not happen to all of you, but why chance it? That's what I have to say. Why chance it? Jared had anxiety because of the weed. It got worse. He wasn't getting high from it any longer, so he chose to take a quarter of a pill called Opana from a friend who gave it to him for free. I'm going to have Sylvia say a couple words.
Hi everybody, I'm Sylvia Melkonian, and my son Mark, who's 17 years old and went to Dana Hills High School, died of the pill Opana as well. And the real shocking thing is that he always told me that he would never, ever, ever do drugs. He started smoking pot because he said, oh, you know, it's natural, it's no big deal, don't worry Mom, I will never, ever, ever do drugs. And I thought, oh thank God, yeah, thank God. Next thing you know, he got a pill from a friend at school. He died the same day. We have a serious, serious problem with these pills. They're expensive. Once the kids don't have money for them, everybody, you know, turns to heroin. We have a huge heroin problem here too. So we want you guys all, you guys are our future. We want you to live. We want you to live a good life. We want you to live a happy life. And, you know the dangers of prescription pills and heroin and everything out there.
My son Jared, who came to Aliso Niguel High School here and graduated in 2008, he, along with Riley Russo, and there were 7 7 kids that died from overdoses that graduated from the school from the year 2008. So this is very close to my heart. I just want to mention that one choice destroyed their lives. One choice, and that was prescription pills. It was very addicting, and they couldn't stop. But what they all started with was marijuana, or alcohol, or both. Marijuana, on 420 today, I want you to know, it is a gateway drug. It leads to harder stuff. My son no longer felt the high that he was getting at the beginning from marijuana. He took it, he said he had anxiety. We all have anxiety, it's a natural way of living. Deal with it in a natural way. Don't turn to drugs for your anxiety, for your problems. Jared turned to marijuana and it was no longer helping. And his friend said, take a quarter of this pill called Opana. Opana is for terminal cancer. It's not to be used, it's not to be abused, and you die from it. Maybe not the first time, but you will die if you continue to take Opana, Oxycontin, any type of pills. The deadly combinations will kill you, or the abuse, the crushing of the pills. Opana is a 12-hour release that when you crush it, just a quarter of a pill. When you crush it, it rushes to your brain and you don't have a chance. I just want to stress to you that it's so important to get help now. And I'm going to turn this to Sylvia, and she's going to talk for a minute.
Thanks, Jodi. My son, Mark, like Jodi mentioned, was 17 years old. He went to Dana Hills High School. He was very active in sports and involved in ASB and just very friendly and outgoing, and always would tell me, I'll never do drugs, Mom, I know. But he did start with marijuana. And I know today's 420, and I know that a lot of you guys think, oh, it's natural, it's no big deal, but it's dangerous, it's mind-altering, there's spice and all kinds of other synthetic things out there, and the marijuana today has all kinds of stuff in there as well. And it leads to harder medication. My son always said that he would never, ever do it. He got a pill from a friend on campus. It's easier to get pills on campus than it is to get gum. And he died the same day. He did not wake up. He just seemed like he was tired, and he never woke up. Again, from Opana. Here's Hannah.
Hi guys, my name's Hannah. I graduated here in 2009. All of those kids that died from this school are all my best friends. I grew up with Jared. Jared was one of the first kids I met when I came here. Now I have to look back on his life and know that because he took a pill, he's gone. Those kids, when I would go out with them, they try to ask me to smoke weed, and it's peer pressure. You just say no. Like, if people tell you to take something, don't do it. Just look at them and say no. If you see your friends doing drugs, get them help. Like, don't be scared. If you lose them as your friend, you lose them as your friend. But if you think about it, you're helping their life in the end. So that's really all to say, but you know, losing your friends is one of the hardest things you ever can do. Now to see Jared, I have to go visit him at his gravesite. It's hard.
Jared left behind his brother as well. He's 17 years old. You don't want to do that to your brother or your sister. Addiction devastates the whole family. It's all in the friends that you guys choose. You don't have to be around the kids that are doing drugs. That's your choice. It's all about you and your choices. Be like Blake, and be like Hannah, and be like a lot of all these other kids who don't do drugs and have fun without having to smoke pot or take a pill. You can still have a lot of fun without it. So please make your right choices now before it is too late. Don't think you're invincible. Don't think it won't happen to you, because it eventually will. And I hate to say that, but it will happen to you. You'll either end up on that poster or you'll end up in jail. Marijuana, this is what happened with Jared because of marijuana. Jared was in jail for a DUI. He totaled his car. He wrecked his car probably 5 times before he totaled it. I got the calls from the police from a friend's house, smoking pot in the neighbor's backyard, so my husband and I would have to go pick him up because the police called us. There's so many issues with the marijuana, I can't even think of them all. But it just it went down a downward spiral, and I just can't stress that enough. So we're gonna sell t-shirts if you want any for $10 afterwards, before lunch, after this assembly out in the front, if you want to purchase one. Sylvia?
Thank you, Jodi. I just want to thank you so that we had the opportunity to come and talk to you guys. And, you know, please support Jodi in this cause and get a t-shirt and help save a life. And if you see your friends are in trouble, if they're nodding off, if it looks like they're sleeping, it looks like they're sweating, if it looks like they're vomiting, they're probably overdosing. And if you let them sleep it off, they probably will not wake up. So don't be afraid to call 911, get some help. There's lots of resources out there. We've got people that'll help you. We have a counselor here that you can talk to as well that is willing to help if anybody's in trouble. Okay,